Now, when I have YouTube channel, I actually want to share more. Let's put it like that. There's so many pullers, new coming pullers, guys who just started, guys who are in arm wrestling a couple years. I'm now already 10 plus years in arm wrestling. So many people wouldn't like to tell you nothing because they think that they went through the process of learning and pain, stress, injuries. Why should they give it away so easily? I guess I'm not one of them because I'm happy to share if that helps someone. And if you can take me down with my own medicine, I'm happy. I'm more than happy if you can do it. Usually my morning starts like around 6 o'clock. I'm coming here to my place. I will make a little bit more video so you can see how it looks actually fully. I'm having my coffee, sometimes tea, when the coffee gets bored. And one of the most important, I have shown this on Instagram as well. I have a pulley system here, the shoulders, to warm up the shoulders, because our shoulder, I used to have a huge shoulder injury. All these rotators, all these muscles all around the shoulder is actually our gearbox of our hand. So if the shoulder is not working properly, if you have shoulder problems, this is basically first where you give the signal to do something is the shoulder. Shoulder is actually manipulating all your hand. If the shoulder is bad, it's going to be really bad, and you won't be able to pull normally. You can work with your wrist, work with your back a little bit, but the shoulder, sorry, but shoulder needs to be good. So this is my most simple warm-up. It's just a stick what I bought in the shop, strap, and then I have it in a couple levels. I have it low, a little bit almost under the chin, eye level, and even higher. So I make about 5 rounds, killing it while I can't do no more. Have a good pump in the shoulders, because after that, if I'm gonna do some heavy workout, I don't want any injuries, I don't want any sudden noises, and then I'm gonna tell you, listen guys, I guess I just pulled my shoulder. So I would make 5 rounds of this before we actually start all other stuff. So I have finished my arm warm-up. So just want to show you a little bit from the distance. This idea actually I stole from the James Wall. So the one hook comes in the ceiling and one comes in the wall. So the band goes a little bit like a diagonally down. So it's so cool, guys. It's so cool to warm up because it loads you fully. Just imagine, and you can always add. I'm taking the green one, for example, yeah? Look, it pushes me there, it pulls me there, so I can easily make a nice warm up in the hook, or actually the chest side. I can add any time. For example, now just one red one if I want more intensity. Yeah, usually after shoulder workout warm up, I'm doing this just to get that nice soft pump with no damage before I'm going for the next exercise already with a weight. Same you can do with the left hand. This is very, very handy. All the information what I'm gonna talk here, who don't need it, please just don't even listen. I know there is many guys who would say like, maybe that's bullshit, this doesn't work for us. Definitely it won't work for you, because we are absolutely different, all of us. And what works for me maybe won't work for anyone, but I'm not pushing anyone to use my exercises, to use my tips or whatever. I'm just sharing. Maybe somebody will find it handy and it will help them. Today my plan was talk about top roll. When I started to train, I didn't know what to do. I know the couple of guys told me like, yeah, you feel very good when you're top rolling, and that somewhere settled in my head, and I started to train top roll, all exercises, all what I can, and we all know classic top roll, where we nicely close our, let's say, grip, and we are top rolling backwards, basically trying to maximally put load in opponent's fingers. And for some time it was working, because you will understand, I'm now talking about more beginners, you will understand that there is so many levels in arm wrestling that you can be good in your gym, in your city, in your club, and then you go somewhere else and you feel that you are absolutely miserable and you don't know what to do, because that's why you always have to search for more opportunities to check yourself. And definitely my let's say tip for the new guys: don't pull strong guys constantly. Don't try to polish your ego and just trying to look who is the strongest guy and take him down, because if he is 20% stronger, he will wipe you down. And arm wrestling is such a tricky stuff that your way can be so hard, because in your way is gonna be people who got huge egos and huge, let's say, characters, and they won't be letting you to pull at all. They will never let you finish them. They will make you struggle, and you will, for example, you are not getting a pin for months, which is really bad mentally for any arm wrestler. So you need to all the time be around the people of your level or a little bit above. You don't want to go against a highly professional, and then you say, oh my god, he's so strong, I will never be there, I need 10 years to get there, I have heard that million times. So, and very rare there's gonna be nice pullers who are gonna explain you absolutely everything, who are gonna spend his time, because he's coming to the gym as well to get something out of it. He's not coming just to put his arm on the table and everybody just wipe him down all directions with no telling, just going in ready go all positions and trying to get him down. I have been there, I have suffered that, and I don't like that. So I'd rather be in a gym with one or two people who knows what they are doing, not when we have 25 people sparring. You put your hand and you don't even know what's coming. Somebody is like a dog, bites your arm and just tries to take you down. Arm wrestling is all about respect. It's all about talking. It's all about analyzing. It's all about helping each other, telling how his arm feels, how you feel when he's loading this way or that way. You all the time have to talk. You have to have a plan what you are doing today, what you are training, what is your goal. Or you're gonna work on a center, or you're gonna work more from the defense, and you won't go for the pins. You're just gonna work on that tendons and that joints to be like really tough in the defense. So this would be the last point where you want to get loads of stuff, and always put people around you who are like that, who is talking, who is respectable. Because of course, if you're gonna go to the other gym where you don't know no one, it's gonna be beef, it's gonna be fight. But when you go to the tournament or match, again, of course, you have to be aggressive. But in the training, if you're going to be aggressive, you're going to be suffering pain, you're going to be suffering a little injuries, and you won't be able to train. Simple as that. So to be able to train constantly, you need to train wisely. Even when you are having a sparring, you don't try to survive some open wrist positions on the table, trying to hang there, whatever it takes. If you lose nicely with all your body. If you win exactly the same. You win supporting your all angles. Don't try to like all these. I have seen those people pulling each other by the one finger and trying to survive. This moment, when you pull it this way with open wrist for 10 seconds, this is making that wrist hurt for 2 weeks later. So that's why work for position. Somebody got the center, already going for the pin. Just let it go. Don't try to survive it. Help him. Get in a deep angle and just go together with him. Don't try to survive if you are losing wrist, if you are losing angle, if you are losing your hand. In a training session, you don't need that. You can do that in a match, because then you have at least normal answer why I'm in the pain after that. So we was talking now about the top row. I was doing top row for almost 9 years, and only when I got injured with my bicep. So only when I injured my biceps badly, it came off. And again, just because of lack of information, lack of understanding, it was giving me pain all the time. And I thought that that's shoulder, but actually this biceps connects under the shoulder exactly here. Biceps, this connection is exactly here. And I thought that I have a shoulder problem. And it was all the time inflamed. And when you inflamed, and if you pulling it with inflamed muscles, tendons, they apparently goes really bad. So I lost my biceps and I never stitched it back. Now it's nice and round, as you can see. And in the same go, I got injury in a rotator, and it took me more than 3 years to recover. But let's get back to the top row. So and then I start to look at my top row differently, because I couldn't do this back movement no more because of the shoulder pain. I started to do more hook, but my hook was built on base that I have a strong pronator. So, and I will explain you now from my side how I see that. Look, now look clearly to my biceps. So why we top rollers are afraid usually from the hook pullers, because what they do, they jump in and turn our hand. And look my biceps now. My biceps goes up. So when they jump in, they turn our hand flat. Our biceps goes up. It doesn't support no more this junction. So this junction gets weak. And if they fully turn your pronator negative, so you don't have any power here. If they got there, you can be like that, or you can try, but you're gonna lose 100%. So if you would ask any top roller, usually the biggest question usually is how to effectively fight against the hook pullers, because they originally hit forward, and the hit forward always is going to be faster than a hit backwards. So I tried everything. I tried to fight through the defense to try to catch them on this let's say a defense top roll. But again, you already are getting in a losing position. You can do, there's loads of stuff what you can do, of course. If you are really fast, you're just gonna go first in a ready go, and you're gonna win anyway. I'm not telling about everyone. I'm telling now my story. Maybe it will help someone. So all the time this problem, and even in a setup, if you don't get good position with a fully pronator on, if your pronator is just halfway already open, the hook puller just need quick turn, and you are already in this position, your bicep slides up, and you are already surviving. Imagine if you don't have a side pressure, if you don't have any other movement than just the top row, and the hook puller is all the time turning it away. He is actually attacking your strongest point, your top row, your pronator. So I understood that I have to change it. I have to embrace the hook. I have to go in the hook, but using my pronator. So the more or less classic hook movement would be when you go here. And again, bicep slightly already goes up. So I am losing my pronator. I'm losing my pronator going in a classic hook movement. So I decided that I'm gonna go in a hook using fully my pronation. Look, my biceps is connected to the forearm, and I started to hook like that. Just straight with a side pressure and just with a wrist roll. I'm not rolling all my hand and shoulder. I'm rolling just wrist. Rolling wrist sideways. In the same time, I'm attacking his pronator, and I am behind him. With this hit, I am behind him, but then I'm coming out with my pronation. I'm not pulling him in a hook. I am behind him, and I'm starting to pull him sideways and all the time overwhelming him with my pronation from the top. That came out so effectively working, because I don't need to run no more from the hook, because until you start to, in your head, thinking about catching someone, this is already a failure. Because look, hook puller will go or sideways or he goes a little bit forward. If you go backwards, you are actually giving him where to pin you. If you are trying to go through the negative, he can pin you. But if you stand exactly like him, usually they are coming more diagonally, take the same stance, and when he goes in a hook, you are going with him in hook together. But you are coming out already with pronation. You are coming out with your huge top roll. Because in our head as a top rollers, usually there is an understanding that top roll needs to stay outside. So you need to stay outside and top roll here. No, top roll is never, nobody said ever that top roll needs to be outside. Top roll can be absolutely deeply engaged, wrist to wrist, behind the wrist, because top roll is rotation. And actually, when you are get this good engagement behind his wrist and coming out from there with a top roll, this is terrible feeling for any hook puller, because what you are doing, you are pulling him sideways, and the same moment with your top roll, you are opening his wrist. So he got two movements. You take him sideways and you are opening his wrist, you're opening his biceps. So this, for me, took 10 years. Here I can tell that in 4 or 5 minutes, but this was absolutely a game changer, because even in my next upcoming match, Elliot Eccles, oh, so aggressive hook puller. 2 years ago, 1 year ago, 3 years ago, I would start to break my head how to pull him, because look, he's so aggressive in the hook. What should I do? I don't care. I'm gonna go in hook with him, but I'm gonna come out with my pronation. I don't need to become a hook puller. I need to use my pronator, but I don't want to run from the hook. We all can go in a hook. That's not a problem. Just don't lose your pronation when you are going in a hook. I'm going in a hook straight. Look behind him. I'm not going in a hook. Look at the difference. Look at my biceps all the time. This is a classic hook. Biceps goes up. This is my pronation hook, and I'm behind, and I come out with pronation. This is more about just my explanation, how I changed my style, how I'm training for that. I'm gonna make separate video, but for now, have a lovely day.